it's Leslie with another episode of Tucson Unfiltered. Real women, real talk, real shit. Can you tell I have a new hairdo? Well, first let me introduce my guest, Alexis Cassidy.
Hi.
She's from the American Cancer Society, and you're probably like, what's going on? Usually in October, I will dye my hair pink because, of course, October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But because I had colored my hair so much, like especially for the wedding and stuff, my hairdresser was like, you need to back off on like coloring it so much, so let's back down on some of the bright colors for now. So now I'm wearing a wig in honor of breast cancer awareness.
But I think everyone can agree you look great with it.
Thank you. So I'm going to be wearing this, and I'll explain why I'm wearing these two coming up. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something really cool that's coming up on Sunday. It is the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk at Armory Park. Now, this woman right here is the one that organizes the whole thing and puts it on. But before we talk a little bit more about the walk, I wanted to talk about just breast cancer awareness in general. You know, like I just got my mammogram, I think like a month ago.
Okay, glad.
And everything came back normal,
Awesome.
which is awesome. But it's so important for people to get their exams every year.
Right. So we definitely recommend start at the age of 45, or if anything irregular, definitely go earlier. Always, if something doesn't feel right, ask your primary doctor, and just be aware, just know the signs. You know, do self-exams as well. So if you're not in that age category, just still do your self-exams.
I know, and I totally admit I'm kind of bad about that sometimes.
Right.
I think a lot of you don't think about it, but it is so important.
Right. And I mean, of course it's not fun, but again, it's more fun than what could potentially come.
You know what's so funny is when I got my first one, like I was super nervous the first time because you hear, oh my gosh, you're smushing the boobs. It's actually not so super bad at all. I've had much more things that are worse, and it literally, even if it's uncomfortable, but it lasts for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like you just hold your breath and you squeeze your hands and you're good. Like it's fine, and it could save your life.
It could definitely, like you said, save your life, and be aware.
Yeah, because a friend of mine, she went for her regular mammograms, and they found cancer, and but they caught it so early that she did not have to go through chemo or radiation.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, get your mammograms because it can save your life.
Exactly, and not only breast cancer, but all screenings. I mean, right now your colorectal, that's one of our major pushes, is because it's one of those things that can be detected, and people just refuse to do it. It's not fun, it's not exciting, but again, it's life-saving.
Right. And one of the things I'm learning too as I become part of the pink panel with the American Cancer Society is how many different programs you guys have, and like how much you really help out not only the survivors, but you have stuff for the caregivers and stuff that you can help them out. Do you want to talk about some of those programs? And really cool, by the way, all the money that's raised for this walk is staying here in Southern Arizona.
Exactly.
So excited about that.
So the exciting thing about here in Tucson is we actually have close to $5 million at the University of Arizona in cancer research. I mean, the researchers here are amazing. Wow. They apply for great grants and they get approved just because they are making the breakthroughs here in Tucson. Where were we?
Oh, just talking about the different programs?
Oh, right, programs. So I think for me, being with the American Cancer Society, and even before that, my first involvement was my mom had breast cancer. Our transmission in the car went out. We were in New City, Orlando, Florida. We're from New Mexico, and we had no one. We had nothing. We can't take a bus. We can't afford a taxi time and time again. And so we reached out to the American Cancer Society, and that's when they provided rides and made sure she not only got there, but had a ride home if she needed to get her medicine. They stopped and did it, and that was my first encounter, and I'll never forget just the weight they took off. I mean, you're going through chemo, and she was going through radiation, and I had a full-time job, and it's, you know, you can't expect your life to stop just because you're going through these things. And so the American Cancer Society definitely helped us.
Wow.
We also have like our Reach to Recovery program, where it's survivors who have been through chemo and have been through radiation, went through their surgeries, and are now trying to teach somebody else who's new to this and has how many questions or how many concerns, and just they're able to take that off of them as well.
Yeah, because I can't imagine when you find out. I'm sure you have a million different questions. It must be so nice to be able to reach out to somebody who's been through it.
Right. And then we also have our 1-800 number, which is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. And I think a lot of people who are diagnosed, they don't want to be a burden on their family. And so I think maybe it's easier for them to talk to a stranger or just plain out not put that on their kids or their loved ones. So.
Right. Yeah. There's some amazing survivors here in Tucson that I've got to hear their stories that are just amazing. And not only do you get help through American Cancer Society, but also I've noticed through a lot of these survivors, their attitude about everything and about how they have that attitude of, I'm going to beat this.
Right.
Which is also really important.
Right. I mean, I've met a survivor, and hers was about 40 years ago, and things were a lot different. You didn't know whether you were going to wake up with your like boobs still on or not. And it, you know, she said it was the scariest thing going into surgery, knowing she had breast cancer and thinking she wasn't coming out. And now she went skydiving just the other day.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And so she appreciates life and everything now more than she ever did, she says. And I just think that she has a great story, and we can learn from her, definitely. And
I've been hearing in the news about, I mean, every day researchers are making more and more strides in finding some kind of cure, some that could help some women and men, because don't forget, men also get breast cancer. In fact, we know a number of them, of the Real Men Wear Pink, including David Simmons from the Arizona Daily Star.
Right, and Eric Hansen, who's on our pink panel. So like you said, a lot of men, and I think too sometimes, and I used to be guilty of this, we want like a shot that's magically going to cure everybody of everything. Like you'll never we'll cure AIDS and we're going to cure Alzheimer's, and you know, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately, although it'd be amazing if it did. But the smallest breakthroughs, even though it's not life-saving to what you might think, for example, one of our funded researchers, the genetics in Hispanics, and has recently discovered that there's a likelihood that they're more likely to get breast cancer at the age of 30 versus 45, when we have our screening guidelines, and insurance goes off of these guidelines.
Wow.
So let's say you're 30 years old and you don't have breast cancer, or you can't get a mammogram covered through your insurance because you're not at the age. Well, now with this discovery, somebody can get a mammogram, and they can get that discovery, and it's just like the smallest little thing, because the mammogram out of pocket is like not going to be, a lot of people can't afford it.
Right. Wow, that's just amazing.
Right, and it's just those little things. And I mean, and even if they went 2-3 years without ever getting detected, think about it, like just now that they know at 30 years old I should get screened versus waiting till 45, that could save who knows how many lives. Right.
And now if you have a family history of cancer, they suggest that you go earlier than 45, or
yes, ma'am. So 35.
Okay, 35. Remember that. Now, coming up this Sunday is the big walk, Making Strides. It's at Amory Park downtown.
Yes.
So you can register online. In fact, I'm going to put a link up to my page, which you can donate, or you can also sign up through there if you want to.
Right.
But it's going to be, there's a lot of stuff going on there too, besides obviously the walk. So registration starts at 7.
Yes, ma'am.
But the walk starts about
8:30.
8:30.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've always started our open ceremony 7:30. We want everybody to have enough time to see all our wonderful sponsors, all the wonderful things we have going on. So we've decided to push everything back 30 minutes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. There's entertainment going on. It's a 3.5 mile.
2.5.
2.5. Okay. 2.5 miles. That's nothing.
If anything, we'll pick you up in a golf cart.
And now, if I know that some people don't want to get up early on Sunday morning, but you still want to help the cause, you can again donate directly. I'll put a link up to my page and also to the American Cancer Society page, where you can make a donation if you can't be there in person. And something that's kind of scary, I was thinking, is it 1 in 5 women or people that could be diagnosed?
So it used to be 1 in 4. It's now 1 in 8. And again, it's because of the funds that everybody gives to the American Cancer Society or to these researchers.
And what's scary, I was thinking about this. Someone brought this up. I think so many of us know at least one person either family member or friend that has been affected by breast cancer or
Right.
cancer in general.
Yeah.
I think we could probably all name at least, 5
Yeah.
people we know.
Unfortunately.
Right. So
Right.
anything you guys can do to help out with the walk actually is a lot of fun. It's really cool to go through downtown. And then afterwards we have some stuff, including some pancakes. They're
Right.
pink pancakes? Are they going to be pink?
They are going to be
Yay,
pink.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So we're going to have our post-walk pancake party. Chocolate chips, whipped cream, berries, all the fixings. Anybody who makes a $2 donation or higher, even if you go donate to our friend Leslie here, come to the party after. Even if you don't make the walk, think you can go have cheap pancakes after.
Cool. And now parking around there's plenty of parking.
Right. We do ask you don't park by Armory, just so we can enhance our walk and make sure all the photo opportunities don't have people cars and stuff in it. But Autobahn Speedway, that parking lot, La Placita parking garage will be available. And just street parking's free, and there is, like you said, plenty just all around downtown.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see all the survivors that are there and stuff, and people that have, they've been in remission, or, they've been a survivor for like 40 years.
Right.
You see people that are 40 years and some people that are a year or 2 years, and it's super inspirational.
Exactly. And I promise you'll see tears, you'll see smiles. It's really just like heartwarming, and I think the sea of pink is literally breathtaking.
And are we encouraging people to wear pink if they have it, or
either pink or your favorite Disney outfit?
Yeah, so that's what these are for. So there's a theme, and this year's theme is Disney. So I went out and got my little ears. I still have to put some stuff on. I'm gonna go look for mini bows to put in.
I'm gonna help her bling them out.
Yes. Oh yeah. You know me and my bling. I'm excited about that. So I hope you guys can come. It's such a great cause. If you can't, please make a donation. I have yet to hit my goal, so I would love to have you donate to my page. But otherwise, just come out and walk and enjoy it. And yeah, you do something good for the community and help out a great organization.
Exactly.
Cool.
And thank you so much, Leslie. And like you said, the walk is short. One of the beautiful things about Tucson are all the beautiful paintings. I love all the murals. You're going to see at least 4 or 5 of them downtown. And, bring your camera, because I promise you don't want to miss anything.
And I mean, kids, we see kids there.
Right.
Are some people bringing a dog?
Yeah, and they dye their dogs pink.
Yes, they've dyed dogs. So, I mean, you can take a great way to take your dog for a walk in the morning. Come on. 2.5 miles.
Before it turns into the 100 degrees.
I know, it's actually supposed to be beautiful, by the way.
It is.
It is. I mean, 85 for the high, but I was checking it, and it was only supposed to be in the 70s around the time of the walk. So.
Right. So it'll be just perfect.
Yay.
And then after that long walk and being exhausted, you get water and pancakes and Gatorade and chips, and you'll just leave happy and full.
Yes, exactly. And know that you did something really great for the community.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you.
Hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'll be hanging out by the stage. So look for me with my pink hair and my little
and they'll be
ears.
bling then. So
they will be bling. That's what I'm working on this weekend. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Check out another edition of Tucson Unfiltered. Real women, real talk, real shit. Bye.